The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 689. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal lady on the show today. She is the founder of Period, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Nadya Okamoto. Nadya, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. I'm Nadya Okamoto. I'm 21 years old, and I'm a rising junior at Harvard College. And I'm the founder executive director of Period, as you said. We're a global youth-run NGO that's fighting to end period poverty and period stigma through service education and advocacy, doing a lot of this through mobilizing young people. So we have now 450 registered campus chapters in all 50 states and 30 other countries. And yeah, I am taking a leave of absence to keep growing the organization, work with our full-time staff. I published my first book called Period Power. And I'm also running a company out of New York called Juve Consulting, which is a Generation Z marketing agency.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think it's amazing what you're doing, especially at such a young age. I think periods is not something that we talk about, or it's even, sometimes it feels like it's a taboo to talk about. But, as women, this is a part of us. So I'm really glad that you created this. And Nadya, what's your cultural background?
So I'm half Japanese and my half Chinese.
Thanks for sharing that. And what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
I would say that, how I think of leadership is that a leader is truly one who empowers others to be leaders themselves. And I think that takes a lot of having self-confidence in your voice and believing in the confidence others deserve to have in their voice as well.
Thanks for sharing that great quote. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
I would just say believing in your voice and yourself and being unapologetically yourself, regardless of what other people say.
And Nadya, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
I think that I don't think I've fully discovered self-confidence. I think it's an ongoing journey.
Thanks for sharing that. And, what was that point in your life, especially starting this movement of Period, what was that aha moment that gave you the confidence to start it?
I don't even think it was confidence. I think for me, it was truly just a sense of urgency of realizing how big this issue was and being frustrated that it hadn't been adjusted yet and wanting to take action from there.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned that sense of urgency, right? Because sometimes that sense of urgency will give us that oomph to just take action. And I know sometimes when we take action like that, we'll stumble onto challenges and roadblocks and make mistakes. But, we just keep going no matter what happens. And, it's just part of our journey. And because of that sense of urgency, what's your life been like now?
Just a lot of hustle every day. I love what I do, and I think I'm just thankful to have such an incredible team that stands behind us as well.
Thanks for sharing that. And to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey of self-confidence. What would be that one tip you'd give to her?
I would just say you can't do it alone, and to find other strong women that believe in you and that you believe in, and create your own girl gang, being able to support. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned, creating your own girl gang. And, a lot of us feel like we can't, we can just handle this all on our own, and it's not proper to ask for help. But really, we're all in this together, and it's okay to ask for help, especially if there's, certain things you can't do. You're just terrible at. So I think that's a great tip. And it's just a great reminder that, having help is not a bad thing. It could actually make us better as a person and just learn more about ourselves. So thanks for sharing that great tip. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do and check out some of your work and the movement that you've created, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Just check out at Nadya Okamoto on social media, or just at Period Movement.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Nadya, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Nadya's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Nadya today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Nadya.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify to get your daily boost of confidence.